Alright, what's up, Internet? So you're watching episode 3 of Soul Calibur 2 Nationals, and in this video I'm going to show you guys the second round match between Rob the Destroyer and FloE from Chicago. Now, a little backstory on these guys. I don't know if you're a Soul Calibur fan or not, but if you are, if you ever have been since Soul Calibur 2, you should basically know who Rob the Destroyer is. Among all the players who have played in the series, I would say that he has been the best at every, he's done very well in every iteration of the game. Soul Calibur 2, he did extremely well with Chai Shanghua. I think his greatest accomplishment in that game was tying essentially for first in the year 2003 at EVO. I'm sorry, 2004 at EVO. That's the year where Mick and RTD had that colluded grand finals, which essentially is what caused Soul Calibur 2 to not be at EVO ever again after that point. He also won several tournaments across the US. He never quite came out to the West Coast, and I never traveled to the East Coast. So the first time I saw him play was at this national tournament. But at this tournament, he hadn't quite, become the great player he would become in the future. At this tournament, this was on arcade. As far as I remember, he was a pad player, and it was very early in the game's lifespan. So he became very good after this point. And as for FloE, everyone should know that FloE is just, one of the most famous and one of the better players out there, sponsored by the very prestigious Evil Geniuses, and has done very well in multiple fighting games. I would say that FloE is an expert-level fighting game player as opposed to just a game-specific player like perhaps RTD is, That being said, I think there's some important information that should be discussed when it comes to nationals. The reason this national tournament was so important historically, not just as a Soul Calibur event, but as an event, a fighting game event, I think is because there was a lot of information withholding and a lot of deception when it comes to strategies being shared across the community. Now, up until this point, Jason Arney was an employee at Namco, and he trained a lot of the players in Chicago. Now, these players ended up, through means that I'm not 100% sure of, discovering several strategies that were pivotal strategies to Soul Calibur 2. Like, extremely important information was discovered by Chicago. And because it was discovered by Chicago and not shared to anyone until Nationals, it was basically the thing that really pushed their region ahead of everyone else. They were just way ahead of their time as far as strategies goes and information. I'll give you a couple examples of this. FloE is a Taki player, and you'll see him play in this video. I don't know if FloE discovered this, I don't know who discovered this, but there was a strategy with Taki that was discovered by the players in Chicago and known by the players in Chicago called the True Exorcism Cancel. Now, in Soul Calibur 2, much of Taki's offense was based on her possession stance as well as the cancel of her Exorcism Unblockable, which is the one where she goes, "Evil, be gone," and it's like a mid-homing unblockable move that you can cancel, and the cancel reduces the recovery of the previous move you did. Now, as I mentioned, I don't know who discovered this, but they found out that there is a true exorcism cancel. The true exorcism cancel was done by hitting A plus B plus guard at the same time. If you do this correctly, what happens is you recover the exorcism before she even says anything or does anything. She just instantly recovers out of her stance. So what that did was it kind of was like advancing the character forward, like way ahead of any other Taki that was out there at the time. Another strategy that the Chicago players knew of, that none of the other players in this national tournament knew of, was the step guard strategy. Now, step guard, in case you don't know what that is, it's basically the Soul Calibur equivalent of Korean backdash in Tekken. Now, some of you may not know what Tekken's Korean backdash is. In Tekken, if you backdash, you can cancel your backdash into a crouch, and then cancel that into another backdash. Now, if you hold back during this backdash, you are essentially moving away from your opponent's character and blocking at the same time. So what that means is if your opponent were to reach out with an attack and connect with your character, you would block it no matter what. Now, step guard in Soul Calibur is essentially the same concept, except it's with moving laterally. So step guard, you step and then you release the side step and hold guard. Your character continues to move laterally, and if they are struck by a mid or a high attack, they will block it automatically. So as you can imagine, this is an extremely high level strategy, and after Nationals, this became essential to any high level player. If you were a high level player and you were not using step guard, you were not playing the game correctly. It was just essential. It was the safest way to move. So you can imagine that if one region, in this case Chicago, knew about this extremely important strategy, that would give them a huge advantage over any player that was at that tournament that didn't know the strategy. Now this is why I mentioned the existence of YouTube is extremely important to this story, because YouTube didn't exist at this time, and the only way we even knew who was good from every region was by reading forum results, and we would see what characters they were using. So it was really interesting to me, and this type of strategic warfare between regions absolutely does not exist anymore because of the existence of YouTube. Nobody hides their strategies anymore. As soon as anyone discovers anything, they put it up on YouTube and everyone knows about it. It's just the way globally the community has changed. But at this time, under the tutelage of Jason Arney, and I honestly am very proud of them. Many people have said, oh, you know, Chicago cheated, but that's not necessarily true. I am a strategist, and I love the concept of hiding strategies and sandbagging and all that stuff. Deception is brilliant. They essentially did that. They discovered step guard, they didn't share it with anyone, and they used this tactic along with their, other skills and, practice and everything to win nationals. And it's something that, they should really be proud of. That's genuinely how I feel about it. So basically, this is the second round match between Rob the Destroyer and FloE. And keep in mind that, first of all, Rob the Destroyer, this is before he had become a, very, very good player. And FloE, again, he had these tactics that were just way ahead of their time. Step guard and true exorcism cancel are just two things that not only would take Taki to a new level as far as a character, but would evolve Soul Calibur 2 forever. This is a game changer, essentially. Hopefully you guys enjoy the match.
Alright, here we go, Internet. Game 1 of RTD versus FloE. RTD was a very defensive style player, and of course this is, as I mentioned, before he became a really great player, but you can still see some of the shades of what he would become here. Already FloE is really aggressive with true exorcism cancels. When you mess that up, you get a throw, and as you can notice, he messed it up a couple times right there. Both of them are scrapping right now. Boom, lets it go. The whole exorcism unblockable. Very nice. Counter hit while standing K into the bread and butter for the first round. Very nice by FloE. Alright, so he tries it out there, and Destroyer is doing exactly what you're supposed to do against exorcism. You're just supposed to not panic, and if he lets it charge for too long, you're supposed to interrupt him with something so that he cannot dictate the match with exorcism. But as you can see, the offense, the damage is just stacking up way too fast, and look at the combos that RTD is doing. That's just really not gonna cut it when it comes to damage. 3B, that just isn't gonna cut it. Nice throw. I don't know why that 3B whiffed. While landing A into the combo, very nice. AA, 3K. Some interesting offense here. It looks like both players are a bit nervous. While standing K again. BA possession, he walks forward, but again gets poked out of it. And it seems like RTD is using the correct strategies, but, it just isn't adding up in terms of damage in the end. 6-6A gets blocked, very nice. That was really nice, actually, in the middle of the strings to use that jumping K to beat the GI, very nice. BAK doesn't hit confirm that 2-2KA, I'm not sure why, but gets a counter hit while standing K into the combo, really nice. I don't know why he did that. That was a little risky. Down A plus B. Good block. It looks like FloE ducked there and got punished. But another 3B into 3B combo. I'm not sure about that. AA, 3K. Very nice. Okay, does the backswing blow. 2-2B. Look at RTD. He's just, you could tell he's going to be good in the future when you watch him here. Just the way he's backing up and letting flow come to him. You know, it's very interesting. Down A plus B again. Boom, ring. Oh, actually, that was actually a KO, but even if he didn't die, it would have been rung out. Nice throw. Gets broken. Another bad combo. 2-2B into standing A. Obviously, that's not a bread and butter combo. It was clearly a mistake. And it's clear that this is such a... we were all so young here. We didn't have tournament nerves. It was a long time ago. We were just playing the game that we love to play, you know? Really interesting watching these matches for me. Another 3B combo. It's just so odd. I mean, it's so peculiar, but, you know, that's how it was back then for some people. Nice throw, doesn't get broken. He tries the crybaby, but Power Geyser gets him. BAK, and there's a successful crybaby. Crybaby was so good in this game. One of the cheapest Okazemi strategies ever. Now RTD is cornered between the wall and the ring, and he's in bad shape. But he does the throw, position changes, really nice. Flo trying to get away from the ring on the ground and takes round 4. Really nice by both. Nice command grab. What's he going to do for Okazemi? 1A, okay, works out. BAK, that last hit's a high as far as I remember. While standing K, gets the 2-2KA, very nice there. And here comes the pressure. Boom. Doesn't work out. BAK again. It seems like Flo has discovered, you know, that there is a knowledge differential here, and he's just using tons of offense to take the round, and that's the end of that. Very impressive by Flo.
All right, thanks for watching, Internet. Make sure you rate, subscribe, and comment. I'm going to try and do as many of these videos as possible. I have a lot to get through. And I'm going to release all of the matches that I don't make episodes of together in videos, so I don't flood my channel with a bunch of old-ass footage. So I'm going to put them all together in between the videos and put those out for you guys. So in the next episode, I'm going to show Kage versus Strayer. So make sure you subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Take it easy.